The Army last year rolled out the gender-neutral fitness test. Around 54% of women failed the test last year versus 7% of men. Okay, so, quote, it places them at risk. Army's first female infantry officer, 32 years old, says the new and easier gender-neutral fitness tests puts lives of soldiers in danger on the battlefield. Thank you so fucking much. Finally, one place where woke culture has no fucking place is in the military. That's what we need. A bunch of fucking Nancys running around protecting our country. Yeah, you're going to feel safe? You're going to feel safe with social justice warriors running around like, hey, no, pass. Hard fucking pass. But this chick obviously has her head screwed on right. Now, I don't think it has to be all men. I think you need to be able to meet the standard. You need to meet the standard. I don't care what you got between your legs. I don't care what your religion is. Doesn't matter. Can you match up? Are you good enough? If not, you should not be in the military. If you can't hang, then you can't hang. Period. End of fucking story. So let's read this article a little bit. A woman who became the U.S. Army's first female infantry officer has hit out against the watering down of physical fitness standards for women, saying that all soldiers should meet the same requirements. I agree. If women are judged on a sliding scale, she warned, then some members of a unit won't be fully prepared and could put soldiers at risk, including women. Quote, with equal opportunity comes responsibility, she wrote in a recent opinion piece, which stirred up debate. Of course it did. The Army last year rolled out the gender-neutral fitness test. Around 54% of women failed the test last year versus 7% of men. Why? Because men are stronger. Men are stronger. Men are faster. Don't worry, ladies. I'm not saying sensitive beaches. None here. None of you ladies are sensitive. Yeah, but you don't have women. That's why there's a WNBA, because you're not as physically fucking active. You're not as physically capable as men. This is how we've evolved. Women have children and men fucking hunt. That's as simple as it was. Now we've extrapolated this whole society around this, but it's still the same. Men are naturally stronger. Doesn't mean that all men are stronger than all women. Obviously, some women are fucking savages, but it doesn't matter who you are. If you can't do the test, then you can't do it. You can't do it, lad. Continues. Now, the latest version of the fitness test went into effect on April 1st and includes several modifications for women, according to the Washington Post. The April version lets female soldiers replace a leg tuck with a plank to test core strength, for instance. The Army also introduced plans to rank scores for men and women separately as they compete for promotions. That sounds fair. You want fucking equality, but you're separating the score. Give me a fucking break. Either you can hang or you can't. Can you hang or can you not hang? Let's see. That's dangerous. Captain Christian Griest, 32, wrote in a piece for Modern War. Here's another picture, for example. She continued, I have learned this. Your gender is not as much of a limitation as you think it is. Some have accused Griest of internalized misogyny. Get the...
Matt Damon.
So now people are going after this chick for... We all know what internalized misogyny sounds like. What does it sound like? It sounds like internalized fat phobia, doesn't it? It's internalized. Yeah, it's internalized. Just like a black man could be a white supremacist, right? Dave Chappelle did that in the Chappelle Show years back. Remember that? The black white supremacist? God, what amazing skits. If you haven't watched those, if you have no idea what the Chappelle Show is, go watch those. Fucking awesome. Griest also spoke about the fitness changes in an opinion piece, blah, blah. Quote, as the Army's first female infantry officer, I have long awaited the elimination of a gender-based fitness test. The drastically lower female standards of the old Army physical test not only jeopardized mission readiness in combat units, but also reinforced the false notion that women are categorically incapable of performing the same job as men. So I have some disagreements here, but we can continue. Quote, to not require women to meet equal standards in combat arms will not only undermine their credibility, but also place those women, their teammates, and the mission at risk. I agree. Now, this whole thing where it's like this weird thing that has to be women are categorically incapable of performing the same job as men. It depends on the job. It depends on the job, right? Women are usually going to fall short of physical feats as men. Psychological, mental intelligence, that's a whole different story. That's a whole different story. But that's the thing. We need to have measurements that grade an individual. And if you're male or female, if you can handle it, if you can perform the task, then you can do it. Then you can perform the task, right? It's very simple. Either you can or you can't. Who cares what you got between your legs? That's what it needs to be. All right? That's what it needs to be. You can't blanket statement anything, but come on. It's the fucking military. Give me a break. You're going to feel safe with like them lowering the bar, lowering the fucking standards, right? That sounds really safe. That sounds really safe. Sounds really safe. It goes on, but I think we can, let's see. We can do a little bit more. We got a little bit more context here. Let's see. She said, reverting to gender-based scoring could reduce the effectiveness of combat units, quote, specifically without a separate minimum standard for combat arms, the requirements to join the nation's combat forces would soon be as low as performing 10 push-ups in 2 minutes. No. 10 push-ups in 2 minutes? Wait. Could soon be as low as performing 10 push-ups in 2 minutes? Yo, if you can't do 10 push-ups in 10 seconds, you shouldn't be in the fucking military. 10 push-ups in 10 seconds. That should be hands down. 10 push-ups in 2 fucking minutes? My God. Holy shit. Running 2 miles in 21 minutes. That's a joke. 10-minute fucking miles. You can walk that shit. That's embarrassing. Deadlifting 140 pounds 3 times. What a max. You mean a plate on each side? Oh my God. 3 reps? Wow. It's like your first day in the fucking gym. Most people can do that. And performing only 1 repetition of a leg tuck or failing that 2 minutes of a plank. 1 repetition of a leg tuck. Yeah, I gotta hit this button.
Matt Damon.
She added, reverting to gender-based scoring and reducing the minimum standard for combat arms will also hurt the women in those branches. Under a gender-based system, women in combat arms have to fight every day to dispel the notion that their presence inherently weakens these previously all-male units. All right, can we be honest here? It's a Daily Swole, right? Swole fam, can we be honest here? When you say the word weaken, I mean physically. Just saying physically, men are stronger. I'm not against women in the military, but yeah, you're going to have a better fighting force if it's men. It is. You're going to. Doesn't mean women can't do it, but it's going to be a very small percentage of women that can fucking keep up physically to men. It's just evolution. I'm not being a misogynist, you fucking woke fucks. It's just common sense. It's common sense. So it's totally fine, but I think that's ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous. Some of you have served in the military, so you could drop that in the comments. I think, look, again, if you can do the test, you pass the test, you pass the test, male or female. All right. So I agree. You should not be lowering, if any place, you should not be lowering standards. We shouldn't be lowering standards anywhere. Why do you think we have a crumbling infrastructure? Why do you think we don't have fucking standards? People aren't even taking jobs now because you're given free money. So people are like actually not actively not working or not looking for work because they're given free money. Now we need to level up. We need to get back to that merit-based society. Either you're good enough or you're not. Either you're good enough or you're not.
We stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke. Hey, y'all some jokers, y'all a bunch of clowns. You will not get a laugh out of me. You can talk, but you can't denounce. I live a different theology. Why I transferred to a new account? You just fucked over a prodigy. Posted up with a running crown.
You are the king and apology.
You about to see a new side of me, I hope you know. We stand alone, watch our enemy go. Empire fall, my legacy grows. I might just hop on this